In the summer of 2017, there was a vote on statehood for the island of Puerto Rico. It did not pass. It was not voted to engage in declaration of statehood at that time. There was a later vote on statehood in Puerto Rico, if I'm not mistaken. Did it not pass? Did not Puerto Rico, after Hurricane Maria, vote to become a state? In the autumn of 2019, Congress passed a bill regarding Washington, D.C., and specific action to be taken in connection with Washington, D.C. This bill was a lead-in to appropriations that were engaged outside of a constitutionally compliant budgetary process, including in connection with other processes associated with appropriations under the auspices of emergency appropriations, specifically regarding Medicare. Is that what this is today? Why is there a preemption on what was an electoral process of the people of Puerto Rico voting for statehood by congressional action to bestow statehood on the Washington District of Columbia? I believe this reveals ulterior motives connected to a refusal to prosecute the United States Senate for its actions on January 6th of 2020. January 6th of 2020, the United States Senate unanimously, without anybody voicing dissent or going on the record as having dissented, passed a bill that was highly unconstitutional and I believe was an intentional abrogation and violation of the 13th Amendment. I believe this bill made available the capacity to illegally expropriate the property of people of the United States of America, as well as others within the United States of America, under the context of mineral rights, which also included their DNA, their biological materials, their genealogy even, not to mention their intangible property, and make it available for auction. I also believe it was done so in order to aid and abet efforts at illegal coinage. Not only illegal coinage, but coinage that is so unconscionable that it is a just cause for declaration of war. This is not a time to be incorporating a new political subdivision in order to engage in tax fraud. I mean, that's what it is, right? When you replace an actual state with another actual state, it's gotten that bad. This is unacceptable. People in Congress are going to have to take into consideration the fact that what they did was just completely unconstitutional and unconscionable. There's absolutely no excuse for justifying that as a legitimate action. Not only is it intentionally racist and disrespectful, but the implications are obvious. I behoove you, if you are somebody and considers yourself to be a part of a community, including a community that has a strong history of identity and or justice connected to your legacy, if somebody's attempting to entice you into accepting something with a promise that there will be a later delivery, even at the level that it may seem now, it is not appropriate, it's not acceptable. What they're asking in return is unacceptable as well. I apologize. This is very unfortunate to have to deal with, but there is no way that Congress can be allowed to do what they just did. I repudiate their actions in all terms possible. They had no right to do that, and it calls into question a lot of other considerations. I maintain my vociferous objection to these actions, and also re-acknowledge my own claim that Congress has been acting unconstitutionally in accordance with actions of the United States Senate since at least formally and officially beginning on January 6th of 2020 that constitute violations of the 13th Amendment of the United States. Nobody wants to have to say that your government is so corrupt, they're literally trying to sell you into slavery. But that's what they've been doing for over a year and a half. It's not acceptable. They need to all be removed from office at this time. If there's anything left that has any legitimacy in any of you, you need to immediately call for a vote of no confidence or the constitutional equivalent. There are very specific processes in the United States in order to engage a recall election. If you refuse to do that before Monday, then you've said a lot about yourself, and we are going to be required to take necessary action to address it.